Let's go! Let's go, everybody. Welcome to this edition of SPiTBALLiN. I am Dollar Bill. It is on a Monday after a big NBA weekend, as big as can be in March. I don't know what the date is, the 7th or 8th, somewhere around there. And you know how we do it on the Let's Go Network. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter and, YouTube and, of course, TikTok, where I post videos almost daily, if not a couple times a day, maybe more than that. You know how we do it. One topic, no script, no BS, no filler. Just shooting you straight from the topic of the day. And the topic of the day is the NBA, and we had an interesting weekend, all around for sure. But, a lot of things came to the forefront. We don't know, after, from a betting point of view, and I got some insiders' views, the last 2 months have been brutal for the books because a lot of favorites keep on winning. But that tide is starting to change because we don't know who's really good anymore. Like, when LeBron can put up 56 on a given night to beat the Warriors, and I know they're missing Draymond Green, and it goes to show you that triple single is still a very important part of their team, and that Klay Thompson is not. And if you remember the shows back in the day, when everyone says, well, wait till Klay Thompson gets back, the Warriors going to go on an epic run. They've played 26 games with him. They're 14-12. They were a lot better behind them. I think they should have traded Thompson and cleared some cap space because he ain't going to get it done. He's not the defender he used to be. And they got a kid named Poole who's just as good as he is now, if not better. Not quite what he was, but you got a young player on the come. That's the guys the Warriors need. A little less Klay, and I like Klay. And he'll end up in a good spot somewhere, but I think the Warriors should look to trade him. Honestly, if we're keeping it real. Then there's the hooligans in Brooklyn. And I think people underestimate KD's true greatness. Listen, that guy was out 6 weeks. He came back 31 the other night, 39, I think, last night in a losing effort against the Celtics. Tatum went for 50+. But here's the difference in a nutshell why Brooklyn won't win. Because Boston played like a team. And they made the plays when crunch time last night, yesterday afternoon. I mean, Tatum for sure took over. But all the pieces on the team kind of fit. They're going to be a force to reckon with. I think they're 39-25 or something like that. They're starting to play their best basketball of the year. They're playing like a team. Brooklyn is just playing like a collection of stars. And right now they have like 1.5. Because Simmons isn't back. He won't be back for a few more weeks. And, he's going to be afraid to shoot the ball when he is. Kevin Durant is truly great. He is one of the greatest of all time. And if he's not in your top 10 NBA players of all time, something wrong with you. Because he makes scoring look so easy, and he rarely forces it. Even when there's times that he should force it, and he's forcing it, he doesn't look like he's forcing it. And then there's Kyrie, who's, they started chanting Kyrie sucks, and he took it in stride yesterday. But there's no continuity with that Nets team. They're not going to win. Milwaukee has ups and downs. They're going to be a dangerous out. They played very well yesterday against a Phoenix Sun team. But listen, Phoenix can hold itself high because everyone forgets, they're missing Chris Paul, and you understand how important he is. But the most underappreciated, underwhelming superstar in this league is DeAndre Ayton. Now, last year he got schooled a little bit in the finals. But listen, he had a little Simmonitis. Yeah, we're going to call that a new disease. We're going to call it Simmonsitis. The ability, when you look in Simmonitis in the dictionary, I just made it up. You're going to find out a guy who's afraid to shoot the basketball, and especially in key moments, and definitely beyond the arc. This guy, Ayton, who I said, if you listened to me years ago, that this is the next dominant force in the NBA. Now he puts up shots, and he's not afraid to shoot them. And it comes instantly. And if you look at his numbers, Because all these analytic guys all love the three and all love this and blah, 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 blah. There will always be a need for defense, rebounding, and scoring inside. Now, this guy, and they come like, here's what I say. And I said this about Clint Capella when he was with Houston. If you have a guy averaging, not a lot of points, and he's shooting like 64% from the floor, you know what you need to do? You need to shoot more. Because if you can shoot 60s from 2, that's like 40s from 3, and that's better than the league average. This kid, Ayton, has developed behind the three-point line. He's not afraid to shoot it. And he makes it with pretty good regularity. Enough to keep you honest. But inside the paint, he's a terror. I mean, yes, he got bodied a little bit by Giannis yesterday. But again, I wouldn't want to be in front of that guy with a full head of steam neither. But Ayton is the player to say, and they're going to be good. And when Paul comes back, and I guaranteed it on TikTok video this morning. But Phoenix is good. Phoenix is right there. Now there's Utah, and they're a little too shot happy for my liking, and they'll be dangerous. Memphis could be a little dangerous and fun to watch. Minnesota has a cast of characters; they could make things interesting. Dallas may be a little interesting. Don't forget about Denver, Mile High City, but they're really not playing well right now. Their point guard situation's a little to me, but they have their point center almost. Everything goes through the big man in the middle there. But it's just so weird right now in the NBA. Like you really don't know who's good, except if you're me. Phoenix is good. Because any given night now, like I said, after 2 months of favorites winning every night, the book's taking a bit of a beating, especially if you like betting favorites. Things have really changed in the NBA. It's going to be exciting going down the stretch. And it's going to be more exciting right now because, you'll get through March Madness. Sadly, there's no baseball on the horizon anytime soon. The only baseball on the horizon is the Beast. Open up April 1st out in Yaphank, New York. I don't know who we're playing yet, but we'll be opening up Friday night, April 1st. That's not a joke. If you're in the Long Island area, come see some good ball being played at the age of 11, but I digress. So the NBA is kind of in a weird place right now. We don't know who's good on a given night, but this weekend was very telling. I mean, even the Knicks, I don't even want to give them any airtime because they suck, and I've been done with Julius Randle for a little while now, but they came off the deck yesterday, after a crushing loss in Phoenix, by the way, and that goes to show what good offensive coaching can do. But the Knicks rebounded quite nicely, and, they beat a Clipper team on the road after a tough loss. Totally get it. But R.J. Barrett, Knick fans, it's time to embrace this guy. Listen, we're not going anywhere this year. We're not going anywhere next year. It's going to be a little bit of time before we figure it out. But R.J. Barrett, when he starts making free throws, is going to be the guy. And I didn't know if he could be the guy, but I think he's the guy. And that gives us Knick fans a little bit of hope. Got to make his free throws, though. I mean, that's unacceptable. And we got to figure out, the powers that be, got to figure out things to put around them. Julius got to go. I think he's got to leave town no matter what it takes. You're not going to eat money, but you got to get him out of town. So the NBA has been quite exciting, especially for me this past weekend, just to get to really watch a multitude of teams. Cleveland is making a nice rebound. I don't know what's going on with Charlotte. Houston's playing a little bit better. You can float around the league a little bit. The NBA is in good shape. But just remember this, young fans out there. It always takes leadership and team skills. Those are the teams you're going to bet on in the playoffs. And even down the stretch. If I was a betting man, I'd bet against the Nets in every game. I would. You just don't know who's going to show up every night, except KD. KD's good for about 35 right now. The supporting cast, hot and cold. I'll take points they're not I think they're under 500 at home. Crap, and they're going to be favorites at home every game throughout the rest of the season. I'll take points in them all day. On the road, I guess they're better, but, you you're at home. And Kyrie's a little up and down, but KD is the constant. So things about the NBA, the constants are, we don't know who's good. You need team leadership, and you need defense. So when it comes to making bets the rest of the way, bet on the teams that have something to play for and have some energy in the tank, and bet on the ones that play like a team and not a collection of stars. That's it for this edition of Spitball. You can catch us on the Let's Go Network, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. Dollar Bill here, reminding you to make some common sense out of your sports and your life. Catch you next time on this, on the show Spitball. Tell your friends, Dollar Bill.